I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You
Hello.
Ай,
Hello,
парни,
girl.
здорово. Кто-то на русском говорит?
My name is Mori.
Teach me something in Russian.
Чё?
My name...
Teach me something in Russian.
А? Иди на...
Сука, блядь.
Nigger.
That's not in Russian.
Yellow nigger.
Too long. Bomb T side.
На, нахуй.
Free.
Аутист справа. Аутист справа.
Pushing long.
Роутер это не про тебя был, если чё.
Да, мне пофиг.
Кстати,
Меня
микрофон
просто
настроен
заебал.
в игре. Парни, я на бой зашел. Убить.
Мид. Мид.
Шорт брал.
ДС. Роутер ДС.
Роутер лох, оделся в лох.
One more.
Роутер.
Иди,
Вайбер,
плизи,
Дискорд, розмуться.
Роутер размучал. Бок.
Время, дебил.
От раньше выходишь. Those will be. Planting. Day.
Plant.
Just 9. 9 mice. Side planting. Go,
Planting.
go, side.
Planting, raw. Low HP.
Gelin gelin.
Kick me, kick me, kick me. Kick me, kick me.
Counter-terrorists win. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Throwing flashbang. Flashbang. Grenade out.
I think it's B.
Terrorists win. Bomb has been planted. Come on, jump, jump.
Kick me, kick me.
Bomb has been planted.
Kick me, kick me, kick me fast. I ruin, I ruin. Kick me or I will ruin.
F1, F1.
F1 or I ruin.
Terrorists win.
F1, F1. Fucking stupid.
Let's go, fellas. Throwing fire.
Kick me, kick me, kick me.
Bomb has been planted. Deploying flashbang.
Kick me, kick me. Okay, time out, take. Time out, time out. Time out, time out. Fast, fast, fast.
F2, F2, F2.
Time out, time out.
Terrorists
F1,
win.
F1, F1.
F2, F2. AFK iPhone. Ah, no dead.
Looking decent, but it's always a little bit more cautious for how you want to proceed. Even if you got started now, it doesn't mean you're going to be able to maintain it when you make the next rotate.
Kira only duo that was ahead. We'll take a look at what Thomas Focus have been up to. Nice little elims. They needed these refreshes, considering that they had to make an incredibly far rotate once again just to get here, but it's one of the teams that has still been performing well despite that. Chino Pablo, though, they have another opportunity at a big match.
Tanking, just a couple of ticks of storm might make for a late attempt, slightly later rotate, but it looks like disaster has struck here. Pablo and Chino, while they're waiting for the opportunity, instead they're going to be the ones seized upon. Pablo now looking to fight things out, but Reason, no, Riley, desperate there. Not going to come crashing into Pablo's box just yet, but Pablo's not careful. They might choose to follow him. Will manage to actually navigate his way towards the front side of zone, but as a solo in this kind of position, you just got to be so paranoid because teams, one layer above, one layer below, you never know when someone's going to come running right at you. And Skyjump Momsy seems like they want to take more control of this ultimate low ground. Saw just how fruitful it was for Sky and Squirrel in yesterday's performances. So if another team has those same intentions, could be interesting. No Riley, though. Not going to stick around. Ghosty cleaning up Dina's backside of the zone. Thomas and Focus, though, they've got their eyes set on the prize, and they're just making sure that they cut off Surefour and Repairs, but they've already managed to target further ahead. Pablo's still looking for eliminations, and we've seen Pablo do it before, Takata. The solo clutch factor is definitely there, but how much more placement, how many more eliminations can he realistically secure from this point?
Currently top 16. Issue is he only has 3 builds. Sharktini, this is what we've been waiting for. They're running low on mats. They're going to need to look for some refreshes. Sky Scroll in a similar situation. Issue is backside of zone now. Looking for options. Yanis cheating. Holden, Height, Strong. So far, no teams have contested them. But it looks like Shark has gone down. Teeny is left all alone. Pablo still able to clutch this up. Gets a nice refresh and now has a chance to continue forwards.
The branches, man, just stopping him in his tracks. TD also going to be brought to a fall. Thomas and Focus now waiting in the wings here. Sky, additionally a solo, but he's looking. He's just trying to dance around the lobby. He's fist buying him a little bit of time, making him a slightly more difficult target to try and track down. But Sky, the fact that he hasn't received any damage just yet, looking to get a big shot onto Nebs, doesn't actually get the full knock though, just takes out his shields. He is not healthy on the low ground, but Thomas and Focus, they find Sky. That's gonna be 9 eliminations already for Thomas and Focus. They are cranking things up a notch here, looking to maybe drop another layer, potentially see if they can play cleanup crew to those teams in the ultimate low ground, or just let them collide against each other. But Repairs and Surefour, the consistent pressure. Thomas doesn't have any more builds. He can't afford to go for the chop. He's forced to transition to ultimate low. Thomas, though, nearly gets the shot, but Nathan gonna put him in the dirt. Nathan and Nebs, another double elimination team, looking to try and close this one out.
Almost at 100 points in a single match, but the issue is his teammate is down. Cringe now, trying to see if he can continue his momentum from when he kicked things off yesterday in game 1, but he is gonna go down.
Surefour's gonna be the first one to drop. Repairs still applying pressure from overhead. They've just got to track down Nathan, but he can't withstand the storm. Surefour and Repairs finding their first victory royale of the weekend here in Game 7.
That height at the end was getting chaotic. Thomas HD focused. They were looking for it. Jeet and Janice could not hold on for long enough, but somehow Repairs, sure, they got the job done. They took it at the right moment. Desk, I need you to break that down for me.
I think the best summary is they took it by force, 11-2K. Repairs was known as one of the biggest damage dealers, I think top 10 damage dealer in the lobby yesterday, and now he can call himself a Victory Royale winner too.
Yeah, look, I want to give these guys a lot of credit, but I also want to take a moment to give praise to one of my personal favorite analysts in Fortnite, and that's Coach Harry. He was on the broadcast for Reload, right? I spoke to Coach Harry before Grants, and I asked him, who's your surprise team? Who's the underrated team that you really rate? And he said, I see Shawful and Repairs getting a top 10 this weekend and surprising a lot of people. I think he even said as far as like he could see them even sneaking towards a closer top 5 position, something mad like that. And I sort of looked at him and I went, oh, I don't know about that one, but I think this is exactly what he was seeing in the replays that I think a lot of people weren't seeing, is their ability, Mini, to have games just like this one.
Well, he might just be absolutely right, because on the start of the day, they started in 11th place, and that win is surely going to boost them way up in the standings. Can't wait to see where they are right now. But a really nicely closed out endgame right here. We had a little bit of a sort of UK battle down on low ground with Nevs and Nathan against Twy and Cringe. And what they did really well here was just stayed up above Walls. All those guys fought it out down below. Shawful, really nice elimination right there onto Cringe just to go down. And what I like here as well, Repairs was just staying up on top, almost securing the win while Shawful was taking them out in Storm. So really nicely played from these guys. Hopefully a sign of more things to come. And of course, as the caster said, it's their first win. So let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, looking nice and clean from these guys. So let's see what they can do in the next 5 games. We will be back in a few minutes though, gang, because we need to take a short break. When we come back, more about game number 7.
Watch me arrive. Watch me arrive. Watch me arrive.
2 teammates have his back. Where's Nash? Gets the drop on the Marion. Stays alive. They're targeting up Vanya. 3v1.
I got healed that a lot. I'm popping a med bit. Wait, short. Got 6 builds? No, max up. Wait, if you're med, wait. 100! 100! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
And I don't know how to feel about it.
You're not used to losing. Getting beaten?
Not like this. These players are just so locked in.
Could it be the milk?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Stay there.
Welcome back to day 2 of the FNCS Europe Major 1 finals, and we just saw Shawful and Repairs take the first victory royale of today. So I'll be curious to see where that gets them within the top 10, because they were sat in 11th before we kicked off today's action. And action we saw in our first game at 11-2K, because it was exciting to see Thomas and Focus managing to overcome the challenge of heading to a zone on the other side of the map. Usually they use that as an excuse to not pull off a great game, but they had 10 eliminations, made it to 4th. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, look, I think, Thomas and Focus obviously were asking for better zones here in day 2. They would have obviously seen that zone, Mini, and gone, all right, we're not going to get our better zones. We just got to do this ourselves. We got to put our tournament in our own hands. And the one thing I said about these guys yesterday was that you're not going to be more consistent than Sky and Scroll. And so how can you beat them? You have to out-frag them. And the way they came into this game, they were hitting shots. They were looking to be aggressive. They picked up a double-digit elim game. Those are the types of games they need to keep having if they have any chance of catching up to first place.
Yeah, 10 eliminations is absolutely huge. 4th place in that game. Sky and Scroll had a 7th place with 4 eliminations. So they've actually beaten them in that game, which is absolutely huge for them. And I think it's kind of unfortunate for Thomas and Focus, because if it wasn't that Sky and Scroll were actually so good, actually took out Sky there, of course, as well. If it wasn't that Sky and Scroll was so good, they'd probably be on track to win this FNCS, because when you look at the teams above them in terms of Chino and Pablo, they've had fortunate zones. So it's like they haven't necessarily proved themselves as well when it comes to further zones. It's just really unfortunate for them that Sky and Scroll just doing so well at the moment. Things can change though, and if that first game's anything to go by, they did better than them. So how's things going to change out the rest of the games?
Yeah, what did go wrong for Sky and Scroll in that last game, Mini Minor? They made it. They made an appearance in the end game. Is it just like a resource situation?
Yeah, everything was looking good. I mean, we saw it in the mid-game. We saw them inside of the Storm, like I sort of talked about previously. Ultimately, Scroll went down, and usually it is Scroll that's been most successful with these solo clutches, Levin. It was left to Sky. He had no materials, couldn't find his way around, and I think probably this duo would rather have Scroll in that situation, but a decent game nevertheless.
Yeah, I think either one of them, I think is more than capable. I think we saw in the heats, it was Sky that was solo clutching a bit more than Scroll, right? So I think either one of them is comfortable.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I don't think this is the worst game in the world for them. I think this is actually fine. Yeah, they couldn't find the win condition. Obviously, Sky is forced to solo clutch. It was a difficult zone to do so, especially with how height we're playing it. But I think you'd still be happy with how that game played out, especially as far as, Chino and Pablo are concerned, and Chino going down and maybe not having the best of games there.
Yeah, what happened, Levin? We saw Pablo doing this classic solo clutch, but why did he end up in that situation?
It was quite unfortunate. It was this rotation here. They were the last ones to go. And so there's people looking backside. Chino just gets sprayed out. Unfortunate, because the setup looked like what we had seen from them yesterday, where they're just looking like they're going to have another really good game and keep up with Sky and Scroll. But Pablo had to clutch up, and as though he is one of the better solo clutches in this lobby, if you ask Destiny Jesus, he might tell you he's one of the best of all time. He wasn't quite able to salvage enough points, right, to really make it happen. And so still a good game from Pablo, able to stay up as long as he did. Chino, unfortunate to go down there. The timing on that rotation was really just what got them.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of their game 3 from yesterday when we had that wonky land pull. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they went down in exactly the same way. And I'm pretty sure it was Chino in that exact same situation where they tried to use one of those overdrive grenades at the wrong time. They sort of got dropped down. Of course, they didn't take full damage, but they were just on show to the rest of the lobby that had already advanced forward. So I think there's a problem there that they're having. Hopefully they can fix it, though. And if they get different zones, maybe we'll see different players from them. But still not the worst game ever for them. Maintains their spot in second.
Well, let's take a look at the leaderboard again, because I want to see where Sias and Scary, our Spanish duo, are, because Mini Minor, it wasn't a great game for them. It's amazing. It really speaks volumes of their performance yesterday, that they've only gone down one place because they had a horrible off-spawn.
Well, it's their worst game. It is the first knock that we've seen from these guys, their first problem, and they went down here, Levin, in quite surprising fashion, especially considering how much we were hyping them up at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, we were bigging him up for their fighting, and then they just allow Azat to isolate the 1v1, and he didn't miss the shots. And then Scary's on the back end. He tries to get, Sias back up, right? And they look for the revive in the mist, and Azat was not letting it happen. Jumps in the box, one pump, bang, back to the lobby for the Spaniards. A game to forget, but hopefully not a sign of what's to come. We saw them win a lot of those fights. Like that's just a fight that they would have won and cleaned up really quickly yesterday. A bad sign to start the day.
I'm excited about it now, though, because it's like, sorry, Frankie, because it's like, it's something we haven't seen from these guys yet this weekend. And you spoke about it at the beginning of the day, Levin. These guys want to make sure they're not going to be the anomaly. They're not going to be the team that fall off after day one. So how are they going to react now? They haven't been in this situation before when we look at their entire careers, and they haven't been in this situation before when we look at just this weekend. So this is going to be a really exciting team to watch now.
I mean, it must be so difficult when you are outperforming other people's expectations of you, and suddenly you're like, actually, this is reality. We could do this, but now all we need to do is almost like not get ahead of ourselves and not let the nerves set in. And I wonder if that's something on their minds, because they know they should make it to Dusseldorf, but now they know that they could also win $120,000, Levin.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of pressure, right? And so when you're the team that was winning a bunch of fights and now, you know, you go into your first important fight the next day and it just doesn't quite work for you, do you start to question yourself? Do they now think, actually, no, maybe we shouldn't be as aggressive as we were yesterday? And that ends up leading to the decline of the performances. I wonder where their mentality is at in that regard.
And they had a favorable zone as well. It's like another missed opportunity. We spoke about it a little bit yesterday, these missed opportunities for these teams. They're going to be looking at that now, where that zone ended up, and be like, oh, if only we won that fight. But hopefully it doesn't knock them down too much.
Who are we looking at then going into this next game? Who are we expecting to really step things up? Say, hypothetically, we finally get a West pulling zone mini-minor.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at
Thomas?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's going to be their moment to sort of have a massive game and sort of close the gap in that first phase. It's going to be big for me to look at Pablo and Chino to see if we do get that West zone, because the one time they did have a West zone, it wasn't great for them. So we're sort of looking at different teams up there for different reasons as well. And even sort of further on down the leaderboard, excited to see that sort of section as well, as see how that develops when we look at that top 20.
Can I say it's really nice to see Thomas back in duos and back on form as well, because I feel like we're getting the Thomas that we know and love and provides so many exciting moments. And I feel like we missed out on that last year. So I'm going to savor these last 5 games and see what all the players here in Europe can bring us as we head back to Taco and Takata.
Thank you, Frankie. Look, Thomas HD and Focus were not the only ones that had over 10 eliminations coming from the west side of zone with that east pull in the last match. Nebs, Nathan as well. But I want to keep my eyes on Shark and Teeny. They're in 14th now. Going into that game, they were 21st. They've jumped up to 14th. We weren't seeing them play as confident against Huddy and Fishy. Huddy Fishy did go down without getting not many points at all. And the thing is, Shark Teeny don't only want to prove themselves with the performances leading into these major finals, but they want to make sure that Huddy and Fishy do not make it to the Summit 1. The issue is, Taco, they have to confirm their spot themselves first.
I just love that they keep playing leapfrog with the placements on the leaderboard, but right now we'll happen to wait to see what Game 8 has in store. And as you can expect, Takata, that fight over by Wonky, it is still going to be a very open-ended conversation, but there has been a lot of shuffling taking place around the map. We're getting a nice little overview, checking in. Swizzy, Pixie, Truly, Gonzo. Nobody would have anticipated this to be so heavily against Swizzy and Pixie, but they're looking to restore honor in their name. Truly, though, going to be able to strike back. It's a 1-for-1 exchange, elimination ring out. Swizzy has the Iron Pump, though, just looking to try and chase down Truly, but you have to imagine this is only going to draw another third-party intervention soon enough. Swizzy just trying to track down this final elimination as quickly as possible. He knows the clock is working against him. He knows Hijo, Keto, they might be hot on the trail here, already trying to take the teleporter to cut them off in those tunnels. And Truly, he's got weapons, but that's about it. He needs some shield. The HP department so much more heavily in Swizzy's favor. Trying to see if he can get an overhead view, but neither of these solos has very much material to work with, and that's the biggest reason why it's at such a standstill.
We were alluding to it earlier too. This is just the first part of the battle. Even if either player here comes out on top, there still could be more rotating in through the portals down below. So Swizzy knows that this fight has to be ended quickly, and now's the chance to do it. First shot connects, one more needed, as Truly is put into panic. Swizzy 170 effective HP, and is going to actually not connect that shot, and this fight is just continuing to stagger. You can see in the mini-map bottom right, there's already another team close by.
Truly just going to use that overdrive effect, but Swizzy is ready to collapse, and he finally connects the final shot. Swizzy and Pixie have technically come out on top, but it might be a short-lived victory because Keto, Hijo, they're already paced up in those tunnels. So even after getting the reboot off onto Pixie, it's only a matter of time before they have to contend with the duo that's directly underneath them.
Looking back at Wonky Land, we saw a slow start to the match in Game 7, I think it was third zone Taco. They were still here, farming, kind of shooting back and forth. I don't even know which zone they ended up rotating in, but I mean, they do have the wonky wheel. Teeny Shark now, though, they really want to be able to close this fight off quicker.
Teeny also just trying to bait out this chest. Huddy Fishy, though, fully aware of the fact that their opponents are very likely just slinking around Wonky Land, waiting for the perfect ambush. But Teeny, got to be very cautious here because it's still a 2 versus 1, technically speaking. Shark can provide some support, but he's got to be quick with it. Doesn't want to leave his teammate Teeny out by himself for too long, especially knowing that Twek is lingering too. But Nebs, Nathan, Humble Hills has been very active since the secondary half of yesterday, and they've actually been eliminated. The surprise contest, not so much a surprise here in day 2 after all, but it's just a matter of fact that another leaderboard team taken out very early on.
They had such a big game too. 11 eliminations, 2nd place. What a devastating finish. We'll see if they can come back from that now. Chino Pablo, on the other hand, had quite a nice start to the day, and also looking, as it seems, start to the match with a quick elimination.
Dallas over there, the overdrive grenade pump finish, but Swizzy loses Pixie one more time. The reboot did draw that extra company that was waiting underneath. Hydro, though, sent into not a total panic, but it is a bit awkward here now, because you would have anticipated that they would have been in a much more favorable spot to try and take out both Swizzy and Pixie simultaneously. Instead, Swizzy, he's just playing like this is everything, because it is when you think about it. They have such a daunting day ahead of them, Takata. They need so many points if they want to even try and consider top 20. So these eliminations that Swizzy's able to collect, they're going to need so many more of them, along with some strong placements. I don't want to call it impossible, because we've seen crazy things happen before in set lobby finals, but it is just such an uphill battle for those two to try and make it back for the LAN contention.
It's about like 50 points a game-ish. I mean, Levin was speaking about it. We said the estimate's 250 to 300 points, 5 end games, but what we mean by an end game, it's a top 5 with 4 eliminations. So getting that 5 out of 6 games today, well, I mean, we already had game 1, so they've already kind of got to step it up a little bit, but a long road ahead of them for Sky and Scroll on the other end. They've already continued with the consistency. The only thing that can danger them is if the other duos in the kind of top 3 range continue to get very high elimination matches, but it's just going to be so difficult to beat Sky and Scroll's consistency.
I'm just not over the fact of thinking that when the Major One Summit LAN does happen in Dusseldorf, that there is a very realistic possibility we're not going to see anyone from our global championship trio participate in it. It is heartbreaking to an extent, especially for, obviously, you know, the global championship individuals, but a new era in EU, that's for sure. Focus, Thomas, they're just trying to see if they can replicate some of that Game 7 success. They're going to need those types of games to stack up here. They want to see if they can overthrow Sky and Scroll after their Game 1 performances yesterday.
Pico Malabuca, they found some eliminations on the Huddy Fishy in the last match when they rotated through. They've already kicked it off with 2 as well. They dropped down 2 placements on the leaderboard after game 1, but they're still in a comfortable position. 5 matches left to close out these major finals.
Starry lurking. Not going to give away his position just yet. Doesn't have... Typically, you would want to see the set duo go for that 3-2-1 beam. Might not have felt as confident in being able to bring down Thomas if it's only him sending those shots forward. Adapted Also going to continue, try and wrap around here, meet up with Dexterity, but the opportunity might have just missed them, and now Twek might even be able to get overhead. Look back, though, into what Sky and Scroll are getting up to. It's not just the Surge base, it's eliminations, and that is a very big blow to achieve, by the way. I mean, Sky and Scroll are doing everything in their power to control their own destiny at this point.
They really are. I mean, see how far they've come so far, and I want to see them, you know, they have no FNCS finals titles, not only win an FNCS, but also continue forwards in to the Summit 1 LAN at Dusseldorf.
I know a comment that Minnie made earlier before we even kicked off the day is that when he was going through some of the replays here with Sky and Scroll, one thing that they definitely love to do is commit to these Storm-sided plays where they'll spend a decent amount of time in Storm, really not getting a move on until 4th or 5th zone. And I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's been working out for them wonderfully, and so they're able to still just keep tabs of their Surge. There's no reason for them to try and thwart themselves in the process. Skyjump and Momsy just trying to see what's going to be the catalyst for their performance here today. But they know that they've really got to try and find their rhythm soon enough. Everybody wants to make sure that they are at least within that top 20 on the leaderboard for the Summit LAN qual.
Mini Miner brought it up. Saya Scary, their worst match, coming from their best performance in all their time playing Fortnite. I'm just hoping we see a strong mental from them now and see them continue like we saw them yesterday. I mean, the pressure is on them. We don't want to see them drop down. Thomas and Focus, though, they keep up the way they started today, we can quickly see them pushing